Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is December 28th, 2022. It is a Wednesday, not a Thursday, because we got one earlier day, in which we get all of the news that will be coming up for the rest of the year in the world of Monster Strike. And of course, let me say up front, for those of you who have been watching throughout 2022 this video series of Monster Strike news, you know that I really do appreciate your viewership, and I hope that I've been able to help you out with enjoying this game just a little bit more. So without further ado, let's get started and see what was announced. First, we'll start with the Monster News Flash, which happened earlier in the day. Surprise announcement that we're going to get something earlier today, and that something was the announcement of the transcension of Amida. And Amida will be getting a transcension. It is going to be looking like the following. We've got Demi-Hume type, Pierce, Balance. She is going to get Super Anti-Damage Wall, Super Minesweeper EL, Anti-Speed Down Wall, and Drain. Those are all on the main, so no gauge necessary for Amida here. Her strike shot will be Speed and Power Up and will fire a piercing bullet at all marked enemies, which means once you hit an enemy, they will get marked, and then any other time I believe you hit an enemy, bullets will be fired to the previously marked enemies. And then when she's done moving, another follow-up bullet at the very end. That all of those bullets are piercing, so pretty good strike shot. Somebody else has this, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But of course, the interesting thing to look out for is the first bomb combo, which is Twin Involute Sphere. I think the name is pretty obvious what we're probably going to see out of that, but we'll have to see when it gets released. We also get a super status effect recovery blast. And of course, I was saying, when is this going to be released? Well, the good news is it will be released at 10 p.m. Japan time tonight. So if you are willing to stay up really late, for those of you, in the States, for example, you could get to see this live, but I'll wake up later tomorrow, and see how Amida is in action. But for those of you who maybe are in Japan, you can actually see her live at 22 o'clock, 10 p.m. Japan time. Alright, now let's go into the standard Monster Strike news. And of course, I had to post this on my Twitter, ENG Monst, or Discord. But if you missed the flash, there it is. Obviously, you guys are watching this video, you saw it right away. Just a review of all of the all of the events that will be coming up to celebrate the end of the year. We're going to start with the special temple event, which every day you get to host one temple that gives you a guaranteed S++ berry drop for all berries that you get in that quest. Make sure you take advantage of the bell, the guaranteed double drops, I think, right? I think that event is also going on while this is active. But do you know which element is active? It is one per day, starting from the 29th all the way until the 2nd of January. Also, the login rewards. Every time you log in, starting from the 29th until the 2nd, you'll be able to get 2 orb exchange tickets. Remember, you need to have less than 200 orbs on hand to exchange for these tickets. Each ticket is worth 5 orbs. However, you can only exchange up to a maximum of 40 per month. Also, don't forget the 30th will be Monster Strike Day. Make sure you finish up the collab Max Lux if you have not done that already, as well as taking advantage of maybe some other quests that could take advantage of the Monster Strike Day bonus. Also, look at the items that you can get given the amount of Max Lux you have from the Lucky Monster list. Obviously, that Orb Exchange ticket is there again since it's the 30th of the month. And if you happen to have 3 or more Lucky Monsters, you can pick up a Ableberry Scroll as well. This is also a reminder that this will be your last chance to get the alternate strike shot voice for Faust there. His last opportunity will be on the 30th to exchange for luck. Now, we got the news for what's going to be coming for the end of the year. We're going to start off with the special gachas that will be appearing at the end of the year. Let's go through them one by one individually. First, we will have the guaranteed only alpha gacha. And how this gacha works is you will have the ability to pull on this gacha, and all 6-star monsters from this gacha will be alpha monsters. Now, let me reiterate, this is not, you're going to get all alpha monsters. It's just, if it's a 6-star monster, it will be an alpha monster. Alright? One of them is guaranteed at the very end, so you can at least guarantee yourself one alpha monster. However, let me warn you that not all of the alpha monsters are very good, and of course you saw what happened on my roulette video. You could easily get a dupe and be pretty sad about the results. So do keep that in mind, but there are some good alpha monsters. Does it balance it out? That's really hard sell, to be honest, so I'm not sure if I can fully recommend you pulling on this, but it is quite tempting, and I will admit I am still thinking about it if I want to do one on my main or not. Probably not on my tablet. But do keep in mind that this gacha will only be available on the 29th from midnight to 23:59 Japan time. So please be careful about time zones to see when this is available. You can only do one temple, and yes, let me remind you, this does cost orbs to pull on. The other gacha that will be starting on the 29th of December will be the Get Gacha. You're guaranteed to get a new monster that does not exist in your box. For those of you who are, on the limit, maybe good, but this does also include limited monster. So it's essentially an all-star pool, right? So is this good to pull or not? Hard to say. If you really have a lot of the monsters already, then the chances are of getting a limited monster you don't have goes really high. So maybe to you, yes, but for those of you who are just starting, absolutely not worth it at all. Your pool is way too wide and not worth it. Now my pool is certainly shrunk a little bit, so it's interesting thought, but I don't think I will be pulling on this either. You can do this once. It is a 1-10 pull opportunity to pull on this gacha. Yes, it does cost orbs to pull on this gacha. Right? And that is both of those gachas, this only alpha and the Get Gacha, are both available only on the 29th of December, Japan. Now, we get the 2022 Playback Gacha. Yes, it costs orbs, and this is kind of like a step up gacha, which if you don't know what that is, I'll go over it real quickly. Your first temple on this gacha will guarantee you one monster that was released between January 2022 and June 2022. So if that monster, and that does include alpha monsters, I don't remember if there's any alphas that were released in that. Yeah, I think so. The Franklin Alpha there on the left, I believe, if I remember right. But if a monster debuted in the first half of 2022, that is going to be the characters that come out of that gacha, and one of them is guaranteed. Now, once you do that first gacha, then you have the opportunity to pull on the second gacha, which guarantees one monster that was debuted in July 2022 through December 2022. And again, you will get one guaranteed, and all of the 6-star monsters are guaranteed to be released in that time frame. Now, is this one a good gacha? I actually think this might be one worth thinking about. There are a lot of good characters that were released this year, and they have a lot of utility in some of the harder quests. So this might be one you think about. However, do keep in mind that you need to pull that first gacha first before you can pull on the second half of the year gacha. It is a step-up gacha. You cannot choose one or the other. You are forced to do that 2 sets to get the monsters you want from the respective gacha. Now, that does mean you can pull up to 2 times, one on the first half of the year, one on the second half of the year. But this might be worth the investment. Again, you can talk about it amongst yourself in the comments if you want some advice, but I don't think this is too bad. But now, is it necessary? That's also, I wouldn't say it's necessary. You can easily hold on to this as well. This gacha will be only available on the 30th of December. Again, 30th Japan time. So remember, that's midnight to 23:59 Japan time. And one more reminder, it does cost orbs, so please be careful about that. The next gacha we're going to talk about is the All-Star Gacha. Once again, yes, it does cost orbs. This will be available on the 31st of December, and this one is an interesting one because you get you get a nice set of guaranteed characters. Your first temple on this guaranteed gacha will give you 2 6-star monsters guaranteed. That's on your first temple. Then, when you do a second temple on this gacha, you will be guaranteed 3 monsters, but one of those 3 is guaranteed to be a limited monster. So, this does mean on 20 pulls, 5 of them are guaranteed to be 6-star monsters, with one of them a limited monster. Now, is this worth it or not? This one's hard to say as well, because remember, the limited pool is quite huge now. Is it good? You're not guaranteed to get any new monsters. It's a tough sell, but this does include the opportunity to get limited monsters, so if that is attractive, do think about it. I am mulling over this too. I personally don't like to have too many orbs on hand for the legend. Kind of feel like this is kind of like jinxy occult level stuff, but spending a little bit of orbs to get the gacha rust going off, right? I don't know. I have something about that, so I might think about this as well. But is it a must pull? Definitely not. And I don't think any of them are, because once again, it does cost orbs, so remember. And then the last gacha that is coming up before the end of the year will be the Guardians Gekki Jushin Sai. It will be showing up just before we hit the new year, and of course they will tempt you with that 24% rate on your first temple and your first single pull on this gacha. Remember, the 24% only applies for your first 10 and your first single. Be careful about that. This will be available on the 31st of December, Japan time. Yes, it costs orbs. So, what's the moral of the story? Just remember, every gacha that we talked about here does cost orbs. There is nothing free about this. They are here to suck away your orbs before that New Year character comes into play. So, please be careful. Think about it. There's nothing wrong with pulling on this, but as long as you know what you're doing, you keep an eye on your orb counts, that you're careful about not overspending on orbs if you don't want to, and keeping in mind that we have a new character right around the corner. And who is that character? Well, of course, she or he is going to be released with the new Cho Jushin Sai that starts on the new year 2023. Once that hits in Japan, the gates are open and we can start gachaing. It will be available until the 4th of January, 11:59 a.m. Japan time. So, as is always the case with the New Year's gacha, every time you do a temple, you'll be given a special bonus reward. If it's a temple, not only will you get 5 diamonds and 500 soul points, but you'll get one of those 9 items you see. Or sorry, 5 items. Sorry, that is a typo on my screen. That shouldn't be 1 item, but rather 5 items. Ow. But 5 of those items you'll be getting, not 1. I apologize for that. Now, if you do a single pull, you will just get 1 of the morlings there in the blue. So obviously it is much more beneficial for you as a player to do 10 pulls to get as many extra items as you can. So please do keep that in mind. If I don't know, do you want to do singles? I don't know, some people might have jinxes that singles are better than temples. It's the same. But here we go. Here is the new exclusive. If you haven't seen the video for it, I highly recommend you watching the official video on it. It is pretty darn cool. We have Yakumo as our new exclusive. She is a wood type, and she will be joining the Legends exclusive crew on the new year. So, as I said, the gacha will begin on the minute it becomes 2023 in Japan. And well, let's take a look at her 2 forms that are available. We got the first one here, the Great Deity form, Yakumo there. And here we go. Bounce, Paladin, Speed type, Anti-Gravity Barrier, Super Minesweeper EL, Anti-Block, All Element Killer. Ooh, that's a nice one to see on the main especially. Anti-Magic Circle on the gauge, Wall Strike Shot Turn Reducer on the gauge, Wall Boost M on the gauge. And Strike Shot is power up on each wall hit, and it's a Grand Motivate, which means you do not need to touch your friendly units. The moment you fire, all of your units, friendly units, will fire in that direction as well. That's a 12 plus 12 Strike Shot, which is not that heavy. Also note that you do have Wall Strike Shot Turn Reducer, which will help you get that going even faster. So that looks pretty good. Bump combo, we got High Plasma and Attack Bump combo up. Now, High Plasma is a new bump combo as well, and if I understood them correctly, which I could be wrong because there was a lot going on, I believe they're saying that not only does the Plasma connect that character to the one that bumped into it, but it will also connect to the wall. Now, I'm not if it goes through the character and hits the wall on that way, and it does I guess like kind of like tracks it as you move around based on your first hit, or as you move around that plasma just goes through you and to the wall. I'm not sure yet, but definitely we're gonna get the official video of Yakumo in action, and so once that happens, you'll get a much clearer idea of what that bump combo should be doing. Now, next up, we got the Shrine Princess form here. Of course, they have two different forms that you can play around with. And unsurprisingly, this is a blast form. She is a deity type in this form, so keep that in mind that her class changes. Interesting thought. She is a Pierce type. Anti-Transport Wall, always good to see. Weak Point Killer M. Bump Combo Boost, Status Effect Resist, Super Anti-Gravity Barriers on the gauge, as well as Anti-Block. Strike Shot is a new one. She will put up a big barrier and then summon all her friendly units around her. So, by definition, all of them will be protected by this barrier. So, this is a pretty interesting Strike Shot. Very, very much, nice utility. We'll have to see how much she guards with that barrier. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's something stupid high in terms of HP. But, of course, your eyes should be on that first bump combo, Luminous Ray. If you don't know what that is what the EX monster in the castle has as his main bump combo. So, to see that on Yakumo already is... I'm not too surprised. I was throwing around that in my head that, okay, it would be OP if he got that. But I was also a little sad that, Arculet loses his thunder there with Luminous Ray. But if you haven't seen already, it is a crazy bump combo. So to potentially have a full party of Luminous Ray monsters in play, ooh, sounds scary. The other bump combo is an all enemy super lightning. So pretty nice set of monsters, I do believe, on first glance. We'll have to see them in action, but those will be the prize characters. Well, I guess it's the same character. Yakumo will be the prize character that we chase after for the new year. Actually, there's one more prize, and that is the New Year's version of Amida here. This will also be part of the Legends Gacha. So if you are chasing after both, you will be chasing after both as part of the New Year's fun. So there you go. Amida New Year outfit as well as Yakumo. Alright, so there are other things that are coming with the new year, so let's go over that as well. Since next year is the year of the rabbit, and that is my year as well, so pretty cool to see that. We've got Mizu no to Rabiko there, and she will be available starting from the minute it turns 2023 and lasts until the 9th of January at the very last minute of that day. It will be in the schedule, so make sure you pay attention. It won't be up all the time. Here's the evolution form of Rabiko there. And good news that Rabiko will be hosting the Keiusas as well. So if you want to continue farming for EXP, Rabiko is certainly a potential quest that you can run that on. So pretty nice there. And of course, if you missed out on previous New Year's events, all 14 of those quests will be available in the library. So if you haven't finished them already, congrats. You can finish them if you haven't, I wouldn't kill yourself over it. They're not very much used at all. But if you are really interested in doing this, you can get able berries for taiga and milk there. Again, not sure why you would want to do that, but it is available for them. All you need to do is feed another 99 luck of that same monster to itself, and you'll be able to get that badge. Also, a nice present from Mixie on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. You'll be able to pick up 10 additional box slots for your monster box. All you have to do is log in, pick it up, and voila, you've got 10 extra slots for you. They did announce the return of the cooking event. I forget which one this came in. I feel like it was some collab, right? Maybe I'm wrong. But the food is coming back, and we are going to be collecting ingredients, cooking food, and getting rewards for that. So these 3 quests will be available to collect some lovely ingredients. You can see that if you clear Nagisa's quest, for example, in blue, you can get eggs, carrots, and seaweed. There you go, kaiso. Right? But get all of these different ingredients, and you can cook some food, and you'll get some nice rewards. So, right, for example, on the left, I guess you've got some mochi, carrots, and radishes. You're going to be able to get some nice ozoni there. And then by creating that ozoni, you can use that item, I guess eat that item, to get 15 times EXP on clearing this, I believe, the special stage for this cooking area. And of course, there's different foods you can cook to get different rewards, but that's the gist of the cooking event. And here are the foods that you can make. I will, of course, have translation later, not tonight. But when the cooking event starts, you'll be able to see what ingredients you need, where you can get them, and how to utilize the rewards from the food that you create. There'll also be the chance that when you create food, a lucky result will happen. And when that happens, not only will you get double your output of what you would have normally cooked there, but you'll also get an orb as a bonus. Now, they did say that you will only be able to get at most 1 orb per day, but it will be available each day for the event. So that does mean you could get up to a total of 10 orbs if you are lucky. So we'll have to see how the drop rates for the lucky results are. I don't believe it's too good, but hey, getting an orb is not bad. And of course, with this quest, there is a insidious difficult quest attached to it, and that quest will be Gabuhawk. And he is a hawk with a knife. Be scared. Of course, your goal is to max luck this hawk, and good news is if you're able to clear his stage without any, actually, if you're able to clear his stage, you'll be able to get some gabu meat, get some nice hawk meat to cook with, and that will increase, improve some of your recipes so that you can get some even better rewards to help make your life easier farming Gabuhawk. So you're going to defeat him to make your life easier. Interesting loot that you can get there. So very fun. I don't know, very fun event, but it's a not too bad event. But it is going to be overlapping with a lot of stuff, so please be careful about that. In addition to the ingredients, you're also going to be collecting gourmet coins. And those gourmet coins can be achieved in 3 different ways. The first is, of course, clearing the quest. Every time you clear the quest, you will be getting some gourmet coins. The harder the quest, the more gourmet coins you will be earning. But the second thing is to fulfill the requests. There will be a request, I believe it's like on the top right, every day, and it will ask you to give, to stock some items. If you're able to give that item, then you will be able to get some coins. And if you complete all of the requests for that day, you will get 2,500 coins immediately. So keep that in mind. And of course, these requests will reset every time the day refreshes in Monster Strike, which is at 4 a.m. Japan time. And of course, the last way to get coins is by disposing of your ingredients. If you have too many of an ingredient and you don't need that anymore, you don't care about that ingredient anymore, you can sell it for coins. Now, one of the items that you can exchange for those gourmet coins is this character here, Ajimiya Ryou, and she is going to be 100 gourmet coins for 1 luck. Just fill that up and you can get these monsters. Here are some other options that you can pick up. Alternate strike shot voices for Amida and of course Yakumo. Those are pretty cheap, but you can get some badges, you can get a title, and of course make sure you look at the top right. That is a connect skill scroll. You're going to want to get that no matter what. Connect skill scrolls are of course very rare in the world of Monster Strike. You can only get them in the castle, for example, so make sure you go in there and pick that up, because that is going to be a nice one to pocket in when, you know, maybe Lorelei gets a special Transcension Kai. You know where my scroll is going. Anyways, they did announce a new Gozetsu that will be coming out, Habicel. We're gonna translate it that way. His debut, I'm not sure actually. Its debut will be on January 2nd, 7 p.m. So you can at least enjoy the new year, but we're gonna go in hard on the 2nd day of January, and I'm sure a certain character that got released will not be, a perfect match for that. I'm sure. But of course, we know the collab is ending pretty soon after the new year hits. You gotta get a new event going. There is no time to rest in the world of Monster Strike. A new event is coming out. It is going to be another weapon themed series. It is number 8 in the weapon series, believe it or not. This will begin on January 4th in Japan. The first character is Johari no Kagami. I believe they said it was Enma's. I believe it was Enma, they said. Enma's mirror that you see on this character, but there you go. Johari no Kagami. Here we go. Pierce, Samurai, Balance, Super Anti-Damage, Almighty Super M, No Element Resist M. We've got Strike Shot Turn Reducer to wrap up his main abilities, and then on the gauge we've got Anti-Magic Circle and Strike Shot Turn Charge. Strike Shot is a 16+8, fires a status effect bullet in the pointed direction. If you know Gungnir Alpha, that's basically the strike shot. It's just a ball that gets thrown with a nice radius of damage, and everybody, well, I don't think it's guaranteed, but there's some kind of set of status effects that get inflicted to the monsters, enemy monsters, that get hit in that blast radius. Pretty powerful strike shot. Bump combo for him is going to be attack and defense up and a Chosetsu blast. I believe this is going to be good for what was it? Castle Floor 3, which is nice if you don't have Onimaru's for example. Galatine in the light is going to be our second gacha monster. She is a bounce paladin speed type with anti-damage wall, Super Mind Super M, Robot Vivilith Killer M, Rogue Recovery M, and then on the gauge we have anti-warp and wall strike shot turn reducer. The strike shot here increases all touch friendly units power for a set amount of turns. And then the bump combo, we got Super Rankidan, which is random shots. So we've got to pray for good directional RNG. And a super healing bullet. Next up, we got Hamelin's pipe here. Or, I don't know, it looks like a horn rather than a pipe. But okay, whatever. Pierce, Demi-Hume, Blast type for her. Anti-gravity barrier, anti-block, magic circle boost, and status effect recovery. Strike shot is a speed and power up, and she will put healing walls on all the walls she touches. And the bump combos are a super snipe bullet and triangle bomb. Triangle bombs. And of course, for those of you who are itching to get those characters, you will be able to guarantee one of those 3 by purchasing this pack for 4,900 yen. Not only do you get one of those 3 monsters guaranteed, you also get 50 orbs on top of that. So very worth it if you want to pay money. This will be, of course, available during the duration of the event. And, of course, the game knows that a lot of people are going to be spending a lot of orbs, so we get this awesome opportunity that we get one free pull, single pull, every day on this gacha. It's free. That's nice. I mean, yes, there's a good chance you're not going to get anything, but maybe, just maybe, that free single pull will get you something once each day. Please do not forget to pull on that. And yes, it is free. Despite all the warnings I said earlier about this customer, this customer, this customer, this is actually free. Of course, it's way past the new year. But anyway, the event monsters here is going to be Banjo Susumu, which is basically moving on the board. It's a traditional dice rolling game that you play on the New Year's, so nicely themed. And then we also got Nakamizu Kane and Tsuki Nesho available as farmable as well. Also, during this event, if in the results screen your lucky boxes total to 2 or more, you are guaranteed that the first one will be a boss drop, which is always nice to make your life easier when farming these event quests. Also, they did announce that the new series, the Weapon 8 series, are eligible to give you a higher appearance rate for Keiusa in either the squid or the bunny quest. So make sure, if you have one of those, great, increase your chances to get that bunny. It's well worth the EXP boost. The Transcension Kai for this week has been announced to be Alibaba, and Alibaba is a Bounce Paladin Blast type with anti-speed down wall recovery, anti-block, and Strike Shot Turn Charge L, those last two being on the gauge. Connect skill, Super Mind Super M with Counter Killer, and the Connect skill requirement is pretty easy. All you need is one monster that is a different type than himself, so a non-blast type shouldn't be difficult to find somebody, or your team luck is 100 or more. Your Strike Shot is a power-up and will hit a Poison Meteor for all of the enemies you touch, and that damage will scale based on the number of enemies you hit. Bump combos are Chozetsu Barrage Shotgun and Chozetsu Dimensional Slice. So there you go for Alibaba. And they also did announce that to ring in the new year, there will be a music night event. So if you like Monster Strike music and you want to, ring in the new year, at least in Japan, with it, hey, this is your opportunity. And Kanabun, if you watched the intro for Yakumo there, they did have a special song for this Fuka, and looks like it is a collab, event with, Monster Strike. So the full song will be revealed at this event, as well as other set lists from Kanabun. So if you want to watch that, make sure you check out the official YouTube channel for Mixi Monster Strike. It will be a premiere live. That is it for today. It's a long news. 5th of January will be the next news, so no breaks in Monster Strike World. We're going to be pulling like crazy in the next few days. Enjoy it. Again, let me warn you, please be careful about your orb counts, especially, regardless if you pay or don't pay. Just be careful. Here are next week's lucky monsters. If you have, hopefully you have at least 3 to help your life out with, the bunny and the squid, for example. So that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please do hit the like button, subscribe. This is your best place to get English news from, myself. And of course, ENGMons has all of these slides available for you to look at once again. And of course, Discord channels available to talk with other folks who speak the game, love the game, and might just be able to help you out. So that's it for me today. Thank you for watching, and good luck to you on your New Year's adventures. Good luck to your gachas leading up to your New Year's pulls. We'll see how that goes. I'm hoping for the best for myself, for you. Wrong direction. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Until next time. Bye-bye.